So if you literally just gave up one $5 coffee a week and threw it into the SP 500, you would mathematically guarantee yourself an extra $42,000 over the next 2 decades, but almost nobody actually does it. Instead, we sit around paralyzed, thinking we need thousands of dollars just to get an invite to the investing game. Stay with me until the end, because the last point is the one that will actually change how you handle money forever. In the next few minutes, you are going to discover how to hack your psychology to save without ever feeling broke. You will learn the exact lazy portfolio that consistently beats 90% of Wall Street professionals. And you will see exactly how to turn a single $100 deposit into a $10,000 safety net, completely on autopilot. Let's get into it. Did you know that 63% of adults do not even have $500 saved for an emergency? That statistic used to terrify me, because I was one of those exact people just a few years ago. The secret to breaking out of that trap is not magically making a six-figure salary, it is mastering the micro-snowball effect. This is when you stop waiting for a giant paycheck and start weaponizing your small change. If you invest just $100 once, and then add a tiny $2.50 a day into a low-cost index fund yielding 8% historically, you are not just saving pennies. In exactly 8.5 years, that initial $100 bill transforms into over $10,400. Imagine the absolute relief of waking up one morning knowing you have a 5-figure financial cushion. Just because you skipped buying a vending machine snack every afternoon. That was point 1, and it shows you the math. But point 2 is where most people completely lose their money, and it is something almost nobody talks about. Let's get into it. Most people think getting rich in the stock market means finding the next Tesla or Apple before anyone else does. They spend hours staring at charts, sweating over Reddit threads, and praying their favorite crypto coin blasts off to the moon. But the reality is, 92% of actively managed funds actually lose to the basic market average over a 15-year period. Before applying this strategy, you are probably stressed, watching individual stocks swing wildly from red to green. You are terrified of making the wrong move and losing your hard-earned cash. After applying it, you sleep like a baby. You simply buy a broad market index fund, like the Vanguard SP 500, VO, which owns a tiny piece of the 500 best companies in America. You are betting on the entire U.S. economy, not the unpredictable mood swings of one CEO. Stop letting the fear of missing out drain your bank account while Wall Street gets rich off your trading fees. You now know what to buy. But point 3 is the invisible force that actually multiplies that money, and frankly, it is the most crucial part of this entire system. Let's get into it. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you save, your bank balance barely moves? Here is the most surprising truth about investing. The money you put in is not what makes you wealthy. The money your money makes is what actually builds wealth. Think of your $100 like an employee you just hired to work for you. When that $100 earns $8 in interest, it just recruited another $8 worker to join your team. Now you have $108 working for you 24/7, without ever taking coffee breaks, vacations, or sick days. If you pull your money out every time the market dips, you are firing your best workers right before the busy season. The thrill of finally watching your money multiply on its own is the greatest feeling in the world. But none of this matters if you do not set up the mechanics correctly. Point 4 is where we stop talking theory and start building your actual wealth machine. Let's break it down. Here is what separates people who build wealth from everyone else. They do not rely on willpower. Willpower is a completely finite resource. If you have to manually transfer money every single month, you will eventually find an excuse to spend it on Amazon instead. Here is your exact 3-step action plan to put your $10,000 goal on autopilot. Open a free brokerage account with Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. Deposit your initial $100 and set up a recurring weekly transfer of just $17.50 from your checking account. Turn on automatic dividend reinvestment or DRIP, so every penny of profit gets shoved right back into the machine. Take the human emotion and the frustration out of the equation completely. Once this is running, your wealth grows in the background while you focus on living your actual life. But wait, before you rush to open that account, there is a massive trap waiting for you. Before you do anything else, you need to hear this, because it could wipe out decades of your hard work. Most financial advisors will never tell you this, but saving cash in a traditional bank account is mathematically a guaranteed loss. If you hide your $100 under a mattress or in a checking account paying 0.01% interest, inflation is silently robbing you blind. If inflation averages 3% a year, your purchasing power gets slashed in half in just 24 years. That is the true danger of the financial world. The fear of investing is completely misplaced. The real fear should be the absolute certainty of going broke safely. You have to invest just to keep your head above water. Treat investing as a mandatory monthly bill, just like your rent or your phone bill. Otherwise, the silent tax of inflation will eat your future alive. I was going to save this for a separate video, but since you have made it this far, here it is. Do not check your portfolio more than once a month. Fidelity actually did a massive internal study to see which of their accounts performed the best over time. Do you know who won? People who literally forgot they had an account, or people who were dead. When you check your investing app every single day, you trigger the anxiety centers in your brain. This leads directly to emotional, panic-driven selling the second the market turns red. Delete the app from your home screen today. Set it, forget it, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. Let's quickly recap how to turn that $100 into your first $10,000. First, utilize the micro-snowball effect by automating small, daily amounts into the market. Second, avoid stock picking and buy a broad index fund like the SP 500 to guarantee market returns. Third, never hold long-term wealth in cash, because inflation is a guaranteed loss. Wealth is not about how much money you make. It is about how much money you keep and how hard that money works for you. If this video gave you even one idea that could change your financial future, hit subscribe right now. I drop new money tips every week, the kind your school never taught you. And drop a comment below, tell me which point hit you the hardest. I read every single one.